Coming at you live on this beautiful Sunnyside summer Thursday in Chicago. This is the CHGO Bears Podcast. Head to sunnyside.shop or the nearest Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. Use code HICHGO for 35% off your first order. Bright buys every day, only for 21 plus or Illinois medical card holders. What is up, Bears fan? Got an exciting show for you today. Excited to be here. Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Nicholas Moreano with new Bears pass rusher, rookie Austin Booker in the house. What's up, man?
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's a big day for the show. 5th round draft pick sitting right here, getting ready to make your debut in the NFL.
Yep.
How'd minicamp go?
It went great. Had some good days, had some good reps. But I know just getting better every day.
Well,
I think we're sitting next to us. No pressure, but I think you're going to be a superstar. No pressure.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna work towards that goal. So
I know you are. I know you are.
Well, welcome to CHGO. We're excited to have you here. Got all the Bears fans watching live. I know. I have to say, I'm sure you wanted to go earlier than the 5th round, but when the Bears made the move to trade back in to the draft because they were out of picks and pick you, I mean, Bears fans were really excited because we were doing the live coverage that day. We were ready to go, and it created some waves. You definitely made an impression during the pre-draft process on Bears fans to the point that, and I remember talking about you on this show. They're happy. They're get another pass rusher.
Yeah, I'm also excited. It was a great feeling having them trade back in, knowing they really wanted me. So I was super excited as well.
I mean, also we had a good indication and just knew a lot about you from the Senior Bowl. Like, you were out there killing it. I was out there watching it firsthand. How was that experience for you?
It was great. Just great experience to be able to compete against some better O linemen. But yeah, it was a great experience. I feel like I did my thing out there. So yeah.
So let's journey back. Your dad played college football at Liberty and Taylor. Your mom was a college hooper at Taylor. So you got serious athletic talent coming in this family.
Got some good genes, for sure.
And then I think you said at one of of the Bears, your first media, you've been playing tackle football since you were in kindergarten. Is that right?
Kindergarten, yep.
So do you remember any names of dudes you killed on the kindergarten field? Because I remember Chris Carter killing me when I was in 7th grade, and I still hold that to this day. It hurts so much.
I broke a couple bones back in the days. I got a couple guys back home that I remember giving some work to. So, yeah.
Well, for the record, CHGO here, we were not sleeping on you. I just had to look this up. We had you at 61. So, we had you there in the 2nd round, and I think that's why, bringing up what Nick talked about with the Senior Bowl practices, you just sort of interesting college career, which I want to dive into with you a little bit about,
sure.
Going from Minnesota, ending up at Kansas. But you showed up in Mobile, and I still have it written in my notes, specifically like this one pass rushing session where I think you went up against Jordan Morgan twice. You ended up getting drafted by the Packers, maybe we'll see that rivalry continue here a little bit. Yeah. But you had some really nice reps against them, and I get it. It's it's a pass rush. They know everything kind of knows what's happening, but you beat them pretty good, and obviously. The feedback must have been pretty good because the Bears were there. They saw it.
Yeah, 100%. I just feel like at the same time I was also a risk, like you said, with the just 1 year playing football. So it even to self out, and that's why I feel like I probably went in the 5th round. But I did have a great week, and that definitely helped my draft stock for sure.
So let's talk about that. You have a phenomenal year at KU, Big 12 newcomer of the year. Getting to the quarterback, 8 sacks in the backfield, the whole thing. But you have 2 years left where you could do more.
Yeah.
So how did you balance the decision of I can probably up my stock, but I also feel like I've done enough to get drafted now?
Yeah, it was a tough decision for real, but yeah, you just have to weigh if you want to strike while it's hot or if you want to come back and risk everything. So I just decided to come out, and I feel like I'm mentally, physically ready to be at the highest level. So.
And also, one of those games that the Southwest area scout, one of the Bears area scouts, he identified was the game against Texas. I know you guys didn't win that game.
Yeah.
But what do you remember about your individual performance from that game against Texas?
Yeah. I was all around the field. I had probably like 8 tackles, 2 sacks, or a sack and a half, something like that. But yeah, it was a great game. It was probably the hottest one as well, but it was super fun and should have beat them, but things happen.
So how come they didn't figure out that you could play at Minnesota? What's up with that?
I don't want to talk too much on that, but it just wasn't a good fit, and decided to take my talent somewhere else. So.
I mean, that's not fun though. Like, you're sitting there, you're frustrated. When did it crystallize? I guess you're sometime in your sophomore. You're like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, the spring game before my second season there, I had like 8 tackles, like 5 sacks in the spring game. And I didn't play the season after that, so then I was like, probably nothing I do is gonna get me on the field. So,
well, I mean that does happen to a lot of players. You end up in a good spot at Kansas. But when teams asked you, because I'm sure you got this question all the time in the pre-draft process, just why you hadn't played a lot or what went into this, like what were you telling them that? Because it's obvious, like it did end up impacting where you ended up getting picked, even though I think you're very happy with where you ended up. What was your answer when teams were asking those questions?
Yeah, I mean, I would just tell them what it was. Like, I mean, my first year I had a couple off the field issues, and then cleaned everything up, turned everything around, got bigger, got stronger. Like I said, went crazy in the spring game, and they just kept I don't know, held some grudges from that first year, I would say, and it just kind of carried over. So I just wanted that fresh start at a new school, and it went well. So
and then at Kansas, was that just sort of a feeling out process with the new coaching staff? You got to kind of earn your stripes all over again.
Yeah, but I feel like it was easy because I came before the spring game for Kansas, so I got a little pre-fall camp type of thing, and then fall camp came around and I was ready to go. So.
I read one of your quotes from there. You said at the time, I think you were just probably being, trying to keep it neat here, but you're like, I feel the Big 12 conference fits my body type more than the Big 10. As far as getting to the QB, it's about me being lengthy. But I think, am I hearing this right? That like, yeah, you said that then, but I'm assuming you want to be an every down player.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, 100%.
So. And word on the street is you're putting on a little bit of weight here to try to get that NFL body ready.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like 255 right now, a little less than that, but yeah, I'm going to get right.
So how do you get yourself comfortable with playing? You're up, 10, 15 pounds roughly? Does that do you feel stronger, or does it feel like you're carrying a lot? I
mean, it just feels like I'm stronger, have a little more armor, so it's maybe a little bit harder to move, but it's just the same feeling, so.
Yeah.
Well, Travis Smith, your defensive line coach, he kind of described your pass rush. He used the word unorthodox and slippery and get around. Yeah. Is that how would you describe how you get to the quarterback? Because he said there's some moves that you can do that you just don't typically see.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I mean, obviously you have to have a plan at some point, but I mean, once the ball's snapped, you just got to react. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a hooper, but I do have bags and moves that I'll pull out that I know I'm going to pull out. But, I mean, other than that, sometimes you just got to hoop. Sometimes you just got to get to the quarterback however you can. So.
Do you feel like that basketball background does help? Because we see, I think, who is it? Miles Garrett always goes up to the line of scrimmage like he, So do you feel like that helps?
It's the same thing, yeah. It's the same footwork, same. You got to drop your shoulder, same, yeah, same as for sure.
So, I get made fun of here for kind of
here it comes
being a little nerdy when it comes to football.
Special teams coach book. That's what you're talking about.
A little bit, yeah. I'll accept it. I accept my role here. But so I don't know if you heard this or not, but there was a reporter that asked your defensive coordinator an awkward question about how long your legs are. That was me. Okay, I was definitely the one who did that. I'll own it. But in all seriousness, when we first saw you out there on the field at rookie minicamp, I was like, damn, he has like some of the longest legs I've ever seen on a defensive end. So
Yeah.
you're obviously aware that you have that. I mean,
100%. I mean, I got a small torso. We're about at the same level, or I'm a little bit lower.
Yeah.
when we're sitting down. So yeah.
So how does that affect you, either positively or negatively? Is that something you have to work through? Does it help you?
I mean, the only thing I would say is just I got to work on explosiveness a little bit more than the shorter guys that have the shorter muscles, shorter distance to travel when they're extending their legs. So, I just got to stay stretched more, and I got to work on my legs even harder. Their muscles are more stubborn when they're spread it out. So, yeah.
So it is something that you're obviously aware of, and you kind of have to work through. How about, I know we talked to you in a press conference about how you haven't been in a 3-point stance in a long time. Do you feel comfortable getting in this 3-point stance? I think, as you said, since high school you hadn't really done it.
Yeah, all high school I was in a 3-point, so and some before that too. So yeah, I'm pretty comfortable in the 3-point.
So you talked about the pad level is easier down there, right?
100%.
Stay down, crush through.
Yeah.
What doing that against the Bears? You guys are not in pads, so it's hard to tell. But what if anything did you learn about the Bears O-line so far?
They're quick. It's faster. It's a little faster than college, but I mean, after a day, I got pretty used to it, and you really gotta anticipate the snap count, because the tackles like to jump out and jump the snap or go out while the ball's getting snapped. So you gotta kind of plan that with them. So that's probably the biggest difference, I'd say.
You know what we've also heard, Book? DeMarcus Walker, Montez Sweat, arguably the biggest shit talkers on the team. Do you hear that on a daily basis, just from the defensive line?
We're all talking shit. You got to talk shit on the defense. We got to keep that energy up and keep that competitive aspect going through practice. So yeah, we're always talking shit.
So you're out there like getting after the offensive tackles.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, you got to.
When did that become apparent to you when you got here? Because your first experience was rookie minicamp.
Yeah.
Then all the vets show up, and we were out there for some of those OTA practices. I mean,
we hear it.
But I'll say this too, because a lot of these guys were here last year. The secondary especially has taken it up a notch.
Yeah, they're on their thing. They're on their
was there a day of practice where it almost caught you off guard? Like, oh wow, we're like this on defense.
No, yeah, 100%. I mean, I got plenty of time to get to the quarterback when he's scrambling almost every pass or every other pass, and you got some time with the DBs in the back. And I mean, we had a practice with like 3 picks in one period, so you definitely notice that on the field.
Who's talking back at you on the offensive side of the ball, if anyone?
No one really. I mean, Flus tries to keep all that to the minimum. So I mean, you just got to get in when you can, and most of it's not like one versus one. It's more just trying to get everybody's energy up. So yeah.
What have been your impressions of Eberflus so far?
I like him a lot. I like him a lot. It's been great so far. So yeah.
All right, hang with us for a second. We got a lot more questions for you. I know I do. But first, got to thank a couple of our sponsors, and that's starting with on this Sunnyside Thursday, our friends at Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. They are here to elevate your summer. Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping. They have a crazy selection with over 100 different strains to choose from, with easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Wherever you are in Illinois, Sunnyside has a location for you. Here in the city, go out to the suburbs, all the way south to Champaign, and as far north as South Beloit. Stop in the store nearest you for expert guidance from the staff, or select the quality lines like Cresco or Florical. They got it all for you at Sunnyside, and you can get it all too by heading to sunnyside.shop. Use code HICHGO at checkout for 35% off your brands like Cresco, Good News, and more to elevate your first purchase. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary, bright buys every day, only for 21 plus or Illinois medical card holders.
And Book, if you're looking for a new car with new paper, for your new Chevy, you want to make Ray Chevrolet your first draft pick, visit our partner this June to shop their summer sales event going on all month long at Ray Chevy on Route 12 in Fox Lake and at raychevrolet.com. They're looking for you, Crystal. They're expecting you one of these days. It's one of the top selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest. You'll be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories. Plus, you're going to find the perfect tailgate vehicle right there. You're getting $12,000 off MSRP on a new 2024 Chevy Silverado, or at least the 2024 Chevy Trax, for only $179 a month for 24 months, or cruise into June your own way with 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. Shop the summer sales event all month long by visiting Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community since 1963. Together, let's drive.
So how's Chicago treating you? So you're not too far away. You've been relatively in the Midwest. Even jumping from Minnesota to Kansas.
Starting in Indy.
Yep. But Chicago, good so far?
It's been great. I mean, I've been up here a bunch, just being from Indy, and is like the closest city to take a little vacation at. So I've been here a couple times and been down a couple weekends from the north side. So it's been great so far.
That's the adjustment. Bears facility being way up north.
Yeah.
Traffic.
100%.
This is significant. Let's talk about your training for a second here, if we can.
Yeah.
Your training guy works with Max Crosby too? Is that right?
No, just Travis.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, Javon Gopi. When I was in the pre-draft training, he did work with Max in his pre-draft training as well. So.
Did you reach out to Max?
I did. He kind of connected us, and he FaceTimed me after I got drafted, a whole bunch of stuff, and it's been a good resource for me.
Well, that's a good resource to have. Another guy who
feel like that's intimidating.
Yeah, but another guy's
a little bit. Everybody's a person at the same time. So.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah.
But a guy who's overlooked, and then just obviously from like the second he got in the league, just sort of relentless. The way he plays on the field. We haven't had a chance yet to see you play in a Bears uniform. We'll get that chance, coming up. But how is your style? Like, how do you? When we watch Max Crosby, it's like he is going 110% every single snap. He's kind of a maniac out there. And other guys have a lot of success just kind of being more calm and poised. Just how what are we going to see with Austin Booker when you get out there on the field?
Yeah, shoot, it's a little mix. Like you got to have your poise. You got to know what's going on. But at the same time, I play relentlessly as well, and that's how I like to carry myself on the field for sure.
That relentless part that you talk about there, Book, where does that come from for you? When you kind of get out on the field and you let that side of you kind of take over on maybe any given play, where does that come from?
I mean, you can't force it. You just got to love it. Like, you love football. You want to get every tackle. You want to make every play you can. So, I mean, when you love it, you just go out there and give it your all. So, yeah.
Book, I'm watching a lot of your big time moments. You got a solid celebration. I mean, it almost like it feels like it's just
it's just raw. It's just raw.
Yeah,
you can't make it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were to best describe what it's like getting to the quarterback, having that moment, and what runs through you, how would you put that out there?
Shoot, I would just say adrenaline rush. Really, crowd goes crazy. I mean, it's a great moment. I know you did something good. So
it's so hard to get there, and you get to do it. It's like. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. You work so hard. You work the off season. You work practices, everything, just for that one moment, and it's a great one.
And so then, how do you keep your mind straight when it's not going your way for a period of time, like knowing that it's going to happen again?
Yeah, just next play. I mean, you can't worry about what happened. Everybody's going to get messed up on at least one play. So, you just got to move on to the next play.
Can you, process in the moment that? Like you might have just beaten your guy easily, but the play just happened to be a quick slant or whatever. Like there's no chance that you could have gotten the quarterback. It was just too quick of a pass. It goes for 20, 30 yards or whatever. Can you, what's your mindset in that moment? You still take some confidence out, oh, yeah, we just gave up 20 yards, but I know I just beat this guy. Like what's that kind of that in-game mentality when you got to weigh all that?
I mean, really, you can't think about it too much. I mean, the play already happened. Like, you got to be thinking about the next thing. So, something like that happens, you just got to get to the line, get your new call, and get to the next play. And, I don't know. Me personally, I'd probably yell something out, like, don't let that happen again or something. But, you just got to move on.
Book, I have some of your pass rushes from that game against Texas. And, I mean, we're seeing a spin move. We're seeing a bull rush. We're seeing an inside move. Do you have a go-to? Like, this is what you're going to see from me. This is what I feel best at, and you can have other tools in your bag. But, I mean, when I'm watching this right now, I'm seeing a little bit of everything right now.
Yeah, I definitely have a deep bag. And, I mean, once you going against the same guy in the same game, 20-plus reps, you got to have multiple things. So, I mean, I work speed first every time, non-negotiable. You got to work speed off the line. And then my go-to is probably a long arm because you can work so many things off the long arm. Long arm to ghost, take the edge, long arm throw by. But yeah, definitely just the long arm is my go-to. But bag's definitely deep, so I can take something out of it every once in a while.
When you say obviously the long arm, is there guys in the NFL that you've watched previously to kind of master that for yourself?
I mean, the long arm technique is not really something you can teach in the game. But I mean, at practice we'll do long arm drills and stuff, but it's really just a natural feel and natural torque and leverage that you have to have previously. So yeah.
I still remember one of Khalil Mack's long arm moves.
Oh yeah.
I want to say it was against
the Giants,
Lions.
Or maybe it was
there was a couple.
Yeah.
But there was one where he I think he ended up it was almost like dominoes falling along the line where I want to say it was maybe Taylor Decker, but he took 2 or 3 guys out at the same time just with that long arm technique. Yeah. So, I mean, that's obviously one of the best to do it. But
yeah. I mean, you get them move in one direction and you influence that movement. It's pretty easy to move a big dude. So, yeah.
What's it been like with Montez?
It's been great. He's been giving me bunch of feedback, and it's nice having somebody there similar body type. So, we have some of the same pointers from coach, so he can help me out with that. So yeah, it's been great.
He was talking you up, and he's not the type that. I mean, you guys are always gonna say positive things about each other, but it felt real.
Yeah, that first practice when he was back, I had a pretty good day. So
yeah. That's awesome. What's it been like with
the book? Smile is a thing. I'm enjoying this.
What's it been like book with Eric Washington? He has a whenever he enters a room, I feel like there's a presence that he just kind of brings. Have you felt that?
Yeah, for sure. He's about his business. He's a true defensive coordinator, true defensive coach, and true D-line coach as well. So all those coaches kind of have a little that feel to him. But it's been great. He knows a lot. He's been in the league a lot, so it's been great to learn from him.
So I don't want to compare myself to you, Book, but when I was 21, I was in year 4 or 5 years of school. I wasn't exactly the most dedicated guy getting to the classroom. I loved playing hoop all day long, which was a little bit of a similarity here.
Yep.
And so you're in the NFL, you've got money coming at you, you've got a responsibility, you've got pressure, you got all this. How do you get yourself to a maturity level? Maybe you've always had this where you can handle everything that comes with it and just be your best every day.
No, yeah, I kind of always had that, and but I'm just super hard on myself, so I got to get everything that I have to get done before I do anything else. So that's just the biggest thing right there. Just make sure you take care of business first, keep the main thing, and you can have some fun at the same time.
Do you have to change your diet to be your best? Is that a thing, or are you I'm 21, I can eat whatever I want?
I'm getting to the point where I'm getting with the pros and they're doing meal preps and it's the best for your body. So I'm going to start getting into that. But previously, before today, it's just eating as much as I can without being a bunch of junk food. So yeah,
I always wonder this because it obviously the NFL is harder than college football, but there's also some built-in advantages, like you don't have to go to class anymore. The Bears facility has everything you need. The food, all the nutrition, the weight room. I mean, they've. If I showed you that place 10 years ago, you'd be surprised at how much it's changed. It's unbelievable now. So I mean, is it? Do you look at it things are way hard? And maybe it's too early to ask you this question, but things are way harder because now you're in the NFL, or are there a lot of things that are easier just because of the things that are built in on your daily job now?
Yeah, I feel like they kind of weigh themselves out. So now, I mean, it was more even with school and football and college, and now it's no school and more football. So I feel like I'm probably working the same hours or even more a little bit now just because getting into the playbook and being a new player. But I feel like it's a similar every day, at least 7 to noon doing football stuff. And when we're on an on day with practice and meetings, it's typical 7 to 4, 7 to 5. So I feel like it's similar hours and stuff like that. And I mean, also like with my routine and my mobility routine, all that type of stuff, I feel is pretty similar. Like I can do the same stretch and same stuff and be good in the NFL as well. So,
Book, we have some people in the chat that are wondering now, with obviously OTAs, minicamp all being done and over with, what's kind of the plan for you as you kind of head into the summer, working, training with specific people? What's kind of your plan for the next month or so?
Yeah, so I enjoyed my off season before the combine. So I'm gonna go back to Fort Myers in X3. I like my PT guy down there, and I got a massage lady down there, and just kind of everything set up. So it would be good to get away, but also be locked in at the same time.
Should we put the super chat up here that's on the screen? And Joey, can you make that a little bit bigger? Sorry, I'm old. I can't read.
Welcome to it. It's great.
$4.99 super chat here from Bro Delicious. Booker's name tat on his leg makes me think he likes to play Doom. Is that true? If so, I'm begging Flus to make his nickname Doom Guy. Yeah, true or not? I don't know what this is about.
I have a book tattoo on my leg,
okay.
and it kind of looks like the Doom logo.
Okay, yeah, it does.
I mean, it's kind of like I would say like a harder font, but I mean, it doesn't really have to do much with Doom. I would say, yeah.
Are you a video game guy by any chance? Or I
Here
know
and there.
Caleb and Rome are big into Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah, I play Call of Duty Warzone, but it's just like, I don't know. Like when I'm playing the game, I'm a gamer, but I don't play the game every day. So
Gotcha.
Do you have a Flus nickname yet?
it's just Book. Everybody calls me Book.
It's just Book.
Yeah, it's just since I was little, it's just been Book.
Because the Flus nicknames are a thing here.
Okay.
They're
yeah.
You aware of that?
Yeah, the Sandman. There's a bunch of them. Yeah.
What's Brisker's again?
Mako Shark, isn't it?
The Mako Shark.
Mako
that
Shark?
one was a little bit more unique. I kind of like it though.
Dino Dex.
I know Dex.
Yeah.
Who of the vets was most welcoming to you and just kind of reached out once you became a Bear?
Pretty much all of them, really. I mean, right off the bat, right after getting drafted, it was probably. I mean, Sweat reached out, talked to D-Walk when I was in the building. But yeah, I mean, other than them, everybody was pretty welcoming once I got to the building. So
I want to get into your defense coordinator a little bit more. What's your first impression on Eric Washington, and then I have a follow up too.
I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, he's just about his business, and he's a true defensive coordinator coach. So yeah, it's just been great.
Yeah, so we have one of our coworkers here, Corey Wooten, played for the Bears. Kind of a similar story. He ended up getting drafted in the 4th round, but he tells a story. He's like, yeah, their teams were worried about some stinger he had as a freshman at Northwestern and ended up pushing him back. So he ends up on the Bears. But Eric Washington was his D-line coach at both Northwestern in college, and then the Bears actually hired him because this is his second stint with the Bears. He was here as a position coach a long time ago. But anyway, he raves about him. He's like, as his position coach in college, and then when he got to the NFL, just having him, I mean, is there anything that stood out so far just about his mentality as a D-line coach and then taking that mentality to kind of the whole defense as the coordinator?
Yeah, I mean, he just brings the energy in, like, the defensive room. We just got a whole bunch of dudes in there, so, like, energy's there every day. And, yeah, I feel like he's just on his stuff, and it's just been great so far, so, yeah.
I know you don't want to make any proclamations here on the CHGO Bears podcast, but and also, like, I don't know if we go through NFL history, how many 5th-round picks had a huge impact the first year. But you got to feel like you have a pretty decent opportunity right in front of you to get on the field your first year here and do some things, I'm assuming. Yeah,
I mean, just based on the logistics and the depth chart, there's not a bunch of guys that are making a lot of money on the D-line and at the Bears. So there's definitely that opportunity there that I feel.
How much?
It's exciting.
Yeah,
100%.
Because so much, and I'm sure your team around you brings this up all the time going into the draft, but it really is true. Like, where you get drafted matters so much more than the number, the situation you enter. I mean, it can make and break careers, whether you're, a defensive end or a quarterback, quite frankly, because it's just the league can be weird like that. So, when the dust settled, it seems like you truly are happy that not only do you end up in this situation we're just talking about with the depth chart, but a team trades back into the draft when they don't have any more picks. Mm-hmm. I mean, that says a lot about how much they are coveting you specifically.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I feel it every day. I'm getting getting the feedback that I need, the help I need to be my best. So, yeah, it's been great so far.
Do you have any pre-draft stories with the Bears, interactions with Ryan Poles, Flus, or anything that stood out to you that made you realize that, hey, this would be a cool spot to go?
I mean, yeah, I came up here for the visit, and, I mean, it was great. Actually, I got a story. Sat down with Coach Washington. He was just asking me a bunch of different questions. Asked me why I went to Kansas, like, out of the transfer portal. I just told him it was, like, the uncomfortable decision, and that's where I was going to go grow the most. And he pulled up, like, the slide from the day before from the team meeting or the defensive meeting, and it had, like, the, like, grow and being uncomfortable to grow, like, whole slide on it. So he really liked me from then on. So
just kind of how that matched up, that mentality.
100%.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I got to say, no offense to Kansas, I'm not trying to knock the Jayhawks here, but it's not like people are knocking on the door being like, I want to transfer to Kansas.
Yeah.
But you obviously identified that as a perfect opportunity for you to it sounds like finally get on the field and show what you could do.
100%. Just needed a chance, and that's all I needed. So, yeah.
Book, I'm sure you've right when you got to the Bears, you learned about the hits principle. What's it been like, kind of getting that ingrained into what you got to do on an everyday basis when you get on the football field?
Yeah, I feel like it was a pretty easy transformation. I mean, because just working hard that's all I know, and I came from two programs that had the same type of mindset and relentless mindset, consistent mindset. So yeah, it's been a pretty easy transformation. So
who's in your ear more now that you're an NFL player, your mom or your dad?
Probably my mom. She just likes to know what's going on. But yeah.
Okay, I gotta delve into a little bit of a controversial thing because we were just speaking with Book beforehand. And so I was 11 years old in 1984, Book, when the greatest player who I like to call played anything was a rookie for the Bulls. Averaged 28 as a rook, just coming in, leading this dysfunctional franchise. And then, I don't know if you're aware, but, he went to the finals 6 times, went 6-0, and, averaged 41 a game in the final series, put up 63 against the Celtics, averaged 37 a game in his third year in the league, 37-1, let's be exact. Only player in the history of the league to have 200 steals and 100 blocks from the guard position. But you seem to think that LeBron's better than MJ, huh?
100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean,
this is painful for me, but go ahead. Let's
I mean, he was grown at 18. Skip college, didn't even need that.
True.
Yeah, he's just all around greatest player. He can play every position on the field. On the court. So yeah, just overall, I think he's the greatest player of all time.
He's up 2-1 against the Mavs in the 09 finals, and this guy JJ Barea, who is like 5'6", guarded him, and he's put up 8 points in a game. Don't you think that disqualifies him from the GOAT conversation?
That's just one little hiccup. Everybody has their bad games. I'm sure Jordan has his fair share of getting scored on.
But he was never up 2-1 in the finals and blew the series to it. And
he was also never down 3-1 and came back.
Ooh. That's true. That's true. But we don't. But why would you want to ever get down 3-1?
Came to play.
Sometimes you gotta let your team know that they don't need the ball and they need to help him score.
It's a good one, 3-1. And
to Book's defense, though, a lot of players on the Bears are
guys too. Believe me, I do this with Jalen. I do it with anybody who wants to have this conversation or doesn't want to have this conversation for that matter. Let me just throw one at you. But that 3-1 thing, who had the biggest shot in that series?
Kyrie?
Yeah, that's right.
He did, but who had the best block in that game?
Block.
Game saving.
Defensive guy brought up defense, man.
Yeah, he chased down old man Iguodala. You could have done that.
Hey, supposedly he was one of the better players on that great five. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. I think I did enough on this. Break down your hoop game real quick for those of us who haven't seen it.
Hoop game. Yeah. So if I wanted to play in the NBA, I'd have to be a point guard. So AAU, I was like point guard, small forward. But in high school, I was the biggest dude, so they just threw me in the post. So I was like a stretch big, pick and pop, just in the post type of thing. But yeah, AAU, I'm handling the ball, all types of everything.
What kind of dunks are we talking about? I'm assuming you can.
I can East Bay. and then just all the other just single hand, double hand.
You watch old slam dunk contests they used to do with NFL players. Dion and all these dudes were throwing down double pump, ridiculous stuff. Like it just, when you see it on the hoop court, it just shows how the insane athletes that you guys are.
When you're an athlete, you can do a lot of things. So yeah,
basketball is just one of those sports that
I mean, it just stands out. I'm like, oh my god, Michael Irvin's doing just insane. Anyway, okay.
Well, welcome to Chicago.
Thank you,
and welcome to CHGO for the first time. Carm, you got anything else?
No, I just appreciate you coming in. It was awesome talking.
Appreciate you guys having me for sure.
I know you feel the love from the fans so far.
100%. Yeah, I mean, everywhere I go, if I say my name or give my name, it's they know.
Yeah.
Every time I'm at the checkout and giving them my rewards, it's not saying my name. It's always love. So I'm definitely feeling it.
I mean, you were definitely on their radar. Maybe that's all NFL fans. I don't know. All we can speak for is Chicago, but it was definitely one of those things where like, oh, they traded back in. Who are they going to get? And then everyone saw your name still there.
Excitement.
Surprised that you were still there, and so I it seems like it's working out pretty well so far.
100%.
And
happy to be
we'll see
here.
how it goes this year.
I mean, if I were you, I would be a little bit bugged that they picked a punter in the 4th round. And
He's definitely like that, though. Seen him in practice, and you know why we pay him the big bucks. So.
I was going to say, does that moment happen for the players too, where they're like, oh, okay, this is why they drafted a punter?
I mean, I'm gonna be respectful either way. But I did get there and got to see for myself, and was like, all right, he's like that.
Yeah,
this guy had that same thing.
Yeah, no,
he whined about it for about 48 hours, and then we got out there for rookie minicamp, and it was like, oh, okay, this makes more sense.
Ball's going
I was like, draft book. We need somebody to get to the quarterback before we need somebody to punt the ball. But hey, it all worked out, and
it did work out.
You're gonna get paid, so it's all good.
Second contract's where it's at. So.
That's right.
There you go. That's right.
Exactly
There you go.
And I'm only 21, so.
Yeah,
the draft slot doesn't matter anymore until and then you go do what you do. You get that second contract.
I actually do have one more. Goals for Book's rookie year would be, if you had to lay anything out that you want that's not the most private.
I would just say fulfill whatever role that they want me to fulfill. So whatever that is. So yeah, biggest goal.
All right, awesome.
QB going down.
Yep.
Multiple
100%.
going.
All right, Austin Booker, Bears rookie, in here on CHGO. Greatly appreciate your time today.
Thank you, guys.
We'll keep the show rolling. You feel free to.
You can snip on out. We don't want to hold you to the bitter end of this thing.
But there he goes. Yeah, good seeing you, man. We'll see you at training camp. Hopefully not too soon. But we're all
the team.
We're all ready
Appreciate
for it.
it.
We're excited to see these guys put the pads on too and get after it. Here's why. Because we got some exciting events planned for the season that Austin Booker's going to be at, because he's going to be playing in the games, one of those games in London. And you can come to London with True Fan Travel. We've been telling you about it, and we're excited that you can come join us on this trip. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have everything from, if you need flights, you can include flights on this package. If you don't need flights, you don't need it. But you have your hotel accommodations close to all the action. Our awesome welcome event we have planned at our favorite London pub. A private boat cruise on the River Thames. I remain the only person on the show that pronounces that correctly.
True.
All-inclusive tailgate party close to the stadium. Includes, this is the biggest thing, includes a ticket to the game. Let's go. These tickets are hard to come by. You sign up with us. You come with us. Head to truefantravel.com. You are getting your ticket to the game. Transportation's included. Your airport transfers. They get you to and from the game. Tottenham Stadium's not exactly close to downtown London. And then they have on-site trip coordinators, so Greg Braggs knows where to go at every moment of every day.
He'll still be calling Jenny.
Yeah. There's breakfast.
Jenny's coming with, actually.
Yeah. Breakfast included every morning, and, of course, plenty of meet and greets with us and the rest of our CHGO diehards. Everybody's coming on the trip. So head to truefantravel.com to make your deposit and secure your spot with us. Speaking of them, I have an announcement that involves True Fan Travel and a different city and a different game, which I'm going to tell you about in about 90 seconds.
First, I have to tell you guys about C4. C4 Performance Energy powers explosive energy with 200 milligrams of caffeine and provides enhanced endurance with carnosine beta-alanine, and made with clinically studied ingredients, 0 grams of sugar or artificial flavors, and carrying the NSF certified for sport label. C4 Performance Energy is the athlete's choice for elevating performance. And, of course, C4 Performance Energy fights muscular fatigue and powers enhanced muscular endurance with energy you can feel. After yesterday's hot OTA practice, I cracked open a C4 Energy for the show. Felt great, even though I sound like shit, but it's all good because C4 Performance Energy is available in a wide variety of amazing sugar-free flavors, including delicious collaborations with grape popsicle, strawberry starburst, and orange creamsicle. As always, C4 Energy, elevated performance with energy that hits.
All right, so Bears fans, picture yourself. It's early November.
Oh, I love
right?
this.
Football season's great. Bears are undefeated for sure.
Booker's already got,
point.
7 sacks at that point.
Book's got 7 sacks by, I don't even know what week we're talking about. But the only downside is we're talking about it starting to be November in Chicago. Weather's cooling off.
No more Bryce in the pool.
Yeah, it's dark at 4:30.
It's the worst.
It's terrible.
Thanksgiving.
So where do you want to go? Well, you're not satisfied just with going to London. You also want to go to the desert. Head to Arizona with us because we are announcing a second CHGO road trip for the season. There it is. You got to have the sounder ready to go. This is the first weekend in November, and it's basically a 4-day trip. November 1st through November 4th, True Fan Travel, our guys, our team, they're taking care of you as the Bears head to Arizona as well. And we head to Arizona. We will be there for the game.
You guys get to join me. That's awesome.
Yes.
Let's go.
And you know who else is coming? Word on the street?
No.
The guy I just referenced in the interview we just had.
Woot's coming?
Corey Wooten is headed to Arizona too and is going to be part of our trip.
Is he staying with Matt Gregory?
No, nobody's staying with Matt Gregory because we have True Fan Travel that's going to take care of us. Here's what you're getting. Okay. A 3-night stay at a 4-star Phoenix hotel. A Q&A with Bears alumni to be announced.
Wow.
All-inclusive tailgate party. Round-trip transportation to the game, which similar to the Tottenham situation in London, if you're not staying in Glendale, Arizona, you are nowhere near the stadium. In Arizona. That is the one downside, but
never been.
True Fan Travel taking care of that because
wait a second.
If we're hanging out in Phoenix, they're going to get you to the game. You're going to want that round trip transportation, and boy, that stadium's going to be loaded with Bears fans. You know it. Bears fans are going to be down there. You come with True Fan Travel. Your ticket to the game is taken care of. Same deal as London. On-site trip coordinators, a lot more. So we hope you'll come to both London and Arizona.
Or one.
But if you can only do one and we get it, now you have a second option for you. But the demands have been out there. We appreciate all the excitement about these trips that we have planned as we try to take things to the next level each and every year here at CHGO. And the excitement is off the charts with the Bears, with Caleb Williams, with guys like Austin Booker. And I know I'm excited to go to Arizona. I'm always excited to go to Arizona. I'd go there right now even though it's 110 degrees. But early November?
Perfect.
That's ideal.
I think you do need to add on to the entire package. Hike day with Hoge.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
I'll volunteer to do that.
You lead.
You could lead a hike. You're
Pistua Peak.
Let's go.
Exactly.
I still think I always
it's my
say
favorite
it wrong.
peak.
That is, I can say River Thames, but I think it's Pistua. No, I think it is Pistua. Pistua? Whatever it is. My favorite hike in Phoenix. It's right there. You can do the whole thing in an hour, up and down. It's a little challenging, though. Warn you. I'd give Karma.
I can't do anything.
I mean, based how you were walking yesterday, I don't know.
Oh,
you gotta
0%
get better.
chance yesterday.
Gotta get better.
At your peak, I did get Krista all the way to the top of the mountain, though.
Hell yeah.
She did. The first time we tried it, like 8 years ago, she didn't make it. Last year, made it all the way to the top.
Listen,
so if anybody wants to go hiking with me, I'm volunteering that right now.
I'm doing my off-season training program, so I will be ready by then. I'm kicking it in.
Training with Max Crosby.
3 Advil last night. I'm on my way.
Bragg says the only hiking I'm doing is on a golf course. Steven, who's under the weather and not with us today. By the way, shout out to Joey. He's here today.
God bless Joey.
rocking his Longhorn swag.
Off to a great start on the Charlie the Bacon guy-led softball team.
Oh, okay. I was going to...
Didn't make it last week. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Texas won the Directors' Cup, by the way. Are you aware?
I have no idea what that is.
The Directors' Cup is like it's basically your prize for having the most success across your entire athletic department instead of just one sport.
Whatever. I got huge beef with Texas right now. Huge.
Austin Booker destroyed Texas last time he played them. That was good.
Yeah, why'd
No
you
win.
have to
No
bring
win.
that up
I'm just
with Joey here?
just saying. We're talking about Texas.
What's your beef with Texas? Like the whole state?
No, the university. I don't want to go too far into this, Hoge, but I'll just say this. Texas denied a valedictorian who has family history at the school from getting into the school. I don't like that, Texas.
Wow.
I find that to be...
You talking about your niece?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. This is extended. I'm going to leave names out of it because I don't think they'd want that name out there. But I just find it to be nauseating.
Athlete or non-athlete?
Non-athlete.
Okay.
I mean, athlete, but not...
It's a good school.
Not... yeah, you ain't Harvard. Chill out. I'm not saying it's not a good school. It's a great school.
Ranked in the new Ivies by Business Insider. Very selective, Carm. It's a selective university in recent years.
Valedictorians with family history get in. Sit down, Austin, Texas. Get a little full of yourself. How the hell did you get in, Joey, by the way?
It's a good question.
I mean,
Right time. It's the right time. Maybe
Hell yeah, Joey.
education program, sports management, hidden in the curriculum. Anyone's trying to go to Texas, education program, sports management. It's a good way in.
listen, I was down the street at St. Edward's University. I experienced UT. That's when Kevin Durant was a freshman there.
Oh.
That was
Good
fun.
times.
Yeah.
I just had to wear the shirt for Book today. That was really it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that what you did?
Trolled him, huh? Trolling Book.
Messed up.
That's way messed up. That's unacceptable.
Kind of bold, too.
That's unnecessary.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I respect it. All right. All right. So appreciate Austin being here.
That was awesome.
And really excited about Arizona. They scroll through the rundown just to make sure what else we got to hit here. We did get a signing
Oh, yeah.
reportedly this morning. The Bears are signing DeAndre Carter, who is kind of a journeyman returner.
The next Trent Taylor.
He's got
For the Bears?
250 punt and kick returns combined, Hoge, over 8 NFL seasons.
Understand?
You're not that excited about it.
No, it's another guy to add to the equation. We had the conversation yesterday about Rome Odunze having to do punt returns. Carter was actually here in 2020.
Yep.
Tough season to remember a lot of things from. But because the COVID year was just everything was weird about that year. But he did. I think they signed him, and then he immediately ended up on the COVID list. And then he finally made his debut late in December. And I'm not gonna lie, I forgot he was here.
Ditto. But I do think it speaks to what we were talking about yesterday with Rome Odunze. It just doesn't seem like the Bears are the types that are going to put a rookie back there to do it. They'd rather go with a vet and kind of take less risk and go for less of a gain, but yet keep their guys healthy.
I don't think this means anything for Velus. I honestly don't think it means anything for Velus Jones other than it's just more competition. But I mean, I think people are underestimating Velus Jones as a kick returner, and with the new rule, how much that's going to matter. I think if you're just one of those fans that's like, I'm sick of this guy, I don't want him here anymore, then you're just underestimating his value in the kick return game. And two, if you're just like, oh, he's definitely going to be cut. I mean, I was talking to somebody yesterday out there on the practice field, and it's like, I don't think he's going to be cut.
Yeah.
He's still here. They had a zillion reasons they could have cut him. He's still in the building, and he still has the elite speed.
I think it's a totally different conversation if the rule hadn't changed. Then I would say, but even then, he was a valuable kick returner when the kick return wasn't as valuable.
That's true, yeah. So now it makes him even more of a possible asset this year with the kick return.
If they cut him today at 3 o'clock, do you think he signed by 4 somewhere? Now, I know that's literally not possible. There would have been waivers and shit like that. But my point is, if they cut him today,
he'd get an opportunity.
He would have multiple teams.
Yeah.
Because they would just, even if they didn't watch the tape, they'd be like, statistically one of the better kick returners in the league, and everybody's looking for kick returners right now.
Got speed, yeah.
So it's kind of a weird That's why DeAndre Carter's getting signed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's just another, you got 90 guys on the roster. Might as well bring in an extra returner just to see how it all works out.
And Dante Pettis is still not technically practicing yet, so yeah, bring in more guys that can, for the one position that's actually open, yeah, you're going to bring another guy to see what he can potentially do there.
The Dante Pettis part of it, that's a guy that feels like if you're talking about one or the other, you ain't gonna have both those guys. And
Carter or Pettis?
Yeah, you wouldn't think. And Pettis, who the Bears obviously like because he's been hurt for over a year now, but yet the Bears brought him back and he's still not practicing. He's in shorts and hanging out. Time's going to be coming quick for him to be able to get on the field and show his value very quickly. So I would look into this as the Bear. If you're going to read anything into it, the Bears are not 100% certain that Dante Pettis is going to be able to be on the field. You want to read that? And that might even be too tall to Hoge's just.
Well, I don't know.
Reaction.
Flus did say yesterday they kind of expect everybody to be ready to go.
Yeah, but he's always going to say that. Yeah.
I don't think
proof will be in the pudding. You think? Okay. It stands out to me that and this is, problem number 9,000 on the important list, but the fact that Pettis isn't practicing after missing that much time, you would think he'd be out there getting himself in as good a shape and getting himself as used to playing football again when you've missed that much time. The fact that he's still not doing that, that's not great.
Can I give you a snidbit that has nothing to do with the Bears, but it's some breaking news that is very, very interesting?
Sure.
Ooh, I think I know what this is.
Just came across the wire. Adam Rittenberg, our friend from ESPN, friend of the program, has been in here multiple times.
Former professor. Let's go.
Northwestern athletic director Derek Gregg will be leaving his role for a new one in the university, VP for athletic strategy. Gregg told ESPN he will advise on major topics like NIL, revenue sharing, conference realignment. He will remain AD until his replacement is hired. Gregg told ESPN that he and the university began discussing his role in recent weeks. He will be involved in the search for his replacement, but said that person will manage the department and the coaches and staff. Both Gregg and his successor will report to university president Michael Schill. So that means the new AD will not report to him.
That's interesting, and I know that a ton of our Bears fans care about this, but
what about the Atlanta news? We didn't talk about that, did we?
Oh yeah, the 5th round pick.
I thought that's where you're going with this, but
I thought it was interesting. Northwestern changing their AD. I
find it to be very interesting. And look at our guy Illini MCG. Good luck, Phoenix Gill. Cat just getting. Listen, it's one of the most elite athletic programs that nobody ever talks about. We should really be doing a Northwestern podcast somewhere here in the CHGO family, and I would like to nominate myself to host that at least once a month. Cat Talk with Cat.
Cat Talk.
Cat Talk with Cat. We got other Northwestern fans around here, don't we? Kevin Kiddick's a huge Wildcat guy.
I don't think so.
Jake Flanagan loves the Northwestern Wildcats. No.
I don't think so.
To Nick's point, that is another snippet. The Atlanta Falcons were docked a 5th round pick for their collusion.
Should have been a first rounder.
Tampering, man.
And $250,000.
Well, that'll.
Darnell Mooney was one of the subjects.
Wow.
Turned out they said that they didn't really tamper, but they technically broke some rules after they'd agreed to terms with Kirk Cousins because they didn't talk to the trainer and they arranged some travel things that they weren't supposed to do yet legally. They got caught. Can't get caught.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, Hoge. That's the way of the world. Good thing the Falcons are not fighting and they're going to pay. Here's a quick hypothetical, or it's not a hypothetical. Let's make it in the moment without much thought wager. Who has more yards this year, more receiving yards? Darnell Mooney or Rome Odunze? Darnell Mooney
Rome Odunze.
or Rome Odunze? You saying Odunze?
Yeah, Rome Odunze.
Nick Dying is saying Odunze. Darnell Mooney, let's remind everybody, at one point he was a 1,000-yard receiver, and he does have a veteran quarterback throwing to him. He's got some talent around him, too.
Yeah, there's
And he got paid.
There's a lot of other mouths to feed there too.
That's
with
true.
The weapons that they have. I'll take. Look, I like Darnell Mooney. He was awesome in that locker room. He was awesome to the media. He's a great story. Being a 5th-round pick who came on the scene and contributed immediately. Roman Odunze is way better.
I'm not talking about better.
Just as a prospect,
I'm not remotely talking about better. Obviously, I would take Rome over Mooney 8,000 times over. But as a rookie stepping in, Mooney's got a big edge on him. I mean, as far as experience, as far as a quarterback that's done it. Again, I wouldn't take. I'm taking Caleb all day over Kirk Cousins by 8 million miles too. But just for this year, Mooney should. Let's put it this way: if he doesn't bust out this year, it's not going to happen ever.
True.
He's got to go now.
London, Pitts, Bijan. There's a lot of guys there.
Rome.
Mark it down, Joey. Mark it down, Steven at home. Bring it back at the end of the season.
So are you saying Darnell will have more catches?
No, I'm just throwing out the question. You guys are the answers.
I love when Carm does that. I'm going to bring up a controversial thing that we didn't plan, that we didn't talk about at all with 1 minute left of the show, and then I'm not going to take a stance on it.
Can't take a stance. It's a bad idea. I'll say this. All right, fine, Hoge. I'll lean in. I'll take a stance. I will take Darnell Mooney in my hypothetical over you guys, against you guys, for Carm, and Carm Nation. Not that I'll be rooting for that in any way, shape, or form, because I hope Rome goes over 1,000 yards as a rookie and is the man. But Darnell Mooney was a great dude. To your point, to everybody, I'm rooting for you, Moon. How about Moon goes for 993 and Rome's got 878 and everyone's happy?
So am I supposed to mark down that Darnell Mooney is a great dude?
Joey, welcome to Carm Nation. We're just
you can let me know after the show what I'm supposed to mark down specifically. I'll relay it to Steven. We'll make sure we have it for the
Steven
end of the
knows
season.
what to do. You guys could go.
Bragg says new segment, mark it down.
I like that.
That's
I like
actually
that.
pretty good.
Actually, we've been having
That's pretty
meetings
good.
about our post-game shows. I like that.
I actually have a segment thing to talk to you guys about after. But
Mark it down. That Mark it down is a new segment. I will be marking it down.
I'm going to mark you down.
I had fun today, regardless of whether you guys had fun. I had a ton of fun, and I think that I contributed greatly, even at the end of the show, as Nick's officially dying.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to Nick. He's had a good run.
Well, you had your 3-month thing.
Correct. It was horrible.
That you almost died.
Yeah. You were rooting for it.
Andre's wondering if Carm Nation is close to Meatball Island. They actually no. Those islands are far apart.
Yeah. No. I live in reality.
No.
Mark it down to 7 when Carm rides the fence. I don't like Greg Braggs, and I hope he stays on vacation for another 3 weeks until I go to Wimbledon, July the 2nd. Damn it. The annexation of Puerto Rico is an actual super chatter.
That's right. It's a great play. It's a great movie that Nick hasn't seen, Little Giants.
can you guys read this?
Yeah, I got you. Saw Carm on the Metro the other day. Extremely disappointed that he was writing like a normie, not rehearsing the show like a lunatic.
How do you not say hello, annexation of Puerto Rico? I need hellos. It's the only thing that I care about in life is when people come up to me and recognize me. Like my guy Dan, bartender last night at Rosebud. He's just
Rosebud last night. Huh?
Big night. It was I ordered dessert.
What'd you get?
A chocolate cake $15 huge piece of cake. Threw in the ice cream.
Oof.
Got it.
$3 scoop. That's an $18 dessert.
Jesus.
To be split for the record. I got to go. It's, I got to get home. 30 minutes later, the dessert hasn't come out.
Oh.
I'm with my buddy, the great Golden Gurn. I had to leave the dessert.
Oh, no? Well, did it?
I like
Well,
the
you have
waiters.
to
I
get
said,
charged for it then, right?
oh, no, full charging. He took it to go. And
Hey, who paid for it?
we split the meal. So I had $9 and call it $10.48 with tax of dessert that I didn't eat.
Okay.
Terrible.
And I would like to throw in there that I would appreciate the next time I show up to Rose because the food was amazing. That I would like that. I'd like to have that paid back to me.
I was gonna say you are owed a beer or a dessert.
Somebody's gonna hook something up
or something.
This was unacceptable. I'm like, the waiter's like, it hasn't come out yet. No, it hasn't come out yet. Go back there. Like, don't be Carm waiter. I was the worst waiter of all time, so I have all sympathy for waiters. Worst gig ever. Go back there. It's not like something they need to cook. You need to cut it and put it on a plate.
pre-ready. I don't understand.
What are you doing? It hasn't. No, it hasn't. I like to be nice to all servers because I, again, was the worst server of all time and had money thrown at me and all sorts of things. But hashtag Cheesecake Factory
Oh. They have a big
lasted
menu.
3 weeks.
Giant menu at the Cheesecake
Can I get
Factory.
more Coke? No, you cannot. You've had enough soda. Can I get an extra ranch? No, we gave you the required amount of ranch. You will shut up and eat your meal and leave.
What if I wanted another Coke? Like, you hear me dying over here, Mark. You wouldn't give me another Coke if I asked for another Coke?
There's water on the table. You're good.
It's not working.
All right. I'm giving Nick a homework assignment. He needs to watch Little Giants
Sure, I've seen Little
by
Giants.
Monday.
Let me see.
By Monday. We have a show tomorrow.
Yes, we do. I will be hosting it alongside Nicholas Moreano. Are you on it too?
I'm not sure.
Well, if you're on it,
I
it'll be
literally.
a Friday off for Carm.
I need to. I need to.
I'll handle it.
I need to figure that out. To be honest with you, I don't think I am.
Okay, great. You can have next Friday. That'd be great for you.
Okay. I'll take that deal because I believe we all have next Friday off. So I accept that trade.
Read your spreadsheet.
Spreadsheets.
If I was a better spreadsheeter, I wouldn't have made that
behind
deal.
the scenes, this spreadsheet that everyone's making fun of, the people who are not reading the spreadsheets have screwed up.
Gotta read the spreadsheet. Gotta read the spreadsheet.
Yeah. Braggs will be back in town. He has very important work tomorrow that he has to get back for from his vacation. He had to cut his vacation short because he's got to go to Wrigley Field tomorrow.
Loser. No, that's a good decision. I love the 120 Club.
Maybe that's where I'll go.
The 120 Club's awesome.
Haven't been.
They do it. It's a phenomenal time. Pre-game, post-game, during the game. Hopefully Braggs will wear a tank top and smoke another cigar and take a picture. That was amazing.
Yeah. So
Do it just for you.
That's another thing. If you guys want to hang out tomorrow, the 120 Club is going to be hot. What time does it start? 10:30 at
I
Murphy's?
feel like they get there at 8 in the morning. I don't know.
Braggs is actually there right now. It was raining too much in Florida. So
And by the way, sign up for the bus trip. June 29th, we're going to Milwaukee. It's $99. They'll pick you up in the city. They'll pick you up at Circa. I'm going.
I might get on the
Braggs is
Circa.
going.
Oh, yeah. We have a picture of the bus.
It's going to be
Whoa.
It's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Tailgating. We're going up to Milwaukee. We're going to cause all sorts of havoc up there.
Well, don't cause
Havoc.
too much havoc.
No, we're causing
I
havoc.
like my Milwaukee people.
It's going to be fun.
Can we show the
$99.
bus? Can we show the bus? Is that a thing we can do?
Is that the bus? Wait.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I might go on there. That looks awesome.
Partay.
There's a Christmas tree in the bus.
But
I'm assuming the tree's not going to be in there. I think that was decorated for a different event.
I wonder what kind of event. It wasn't Christmas related.
Yeah.
I want to be on the bus.
Yeah. Looks like a fun time.
I'm getting on the bus at Circa after I make about couple table stops. It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
All right. Thanks to Joey for producing today. We'll be back tomorrow.
Greg.
Bro, Braggs is promising I'm going to be hammered on the bus. Yeah, we know.
That's our guy.
It's all good. I'm excited for that trip. I'm excited for London. I'm excited for Arizona. We got you covered here across all city. We're like literally going to all cities.
Will there be a bus to Miami at some point?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I'll fly.
Oh, but I don't know. Bus down south, like a 24-hour CHGO bus trip.
To Miami?
Wherever.
What's in Miami?
Go make it a Bulls trip. Bulls Heat.
You screwed
What
up.
about-
You should have said New Orleans. Super Bowl, Super Bears.
There, fine, better. Let's
That
go.
would have been a better way to end the show.
I've
I'll
already
take
been to
care
New
of it.
Orleans.
Shout out to everybody on this beautiful Sunnyside summer
We're
Thursday.
taking a bus to New Orleans to watch Caleb in the Super Bowl as a rookie.
Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
We all silly like the mayor.